Hello, this is MrYellowGiraffe. Welcome to another Minecraft video. It has been a little bit. I have been working on a bunch of stuff. I made a painting. You'll get the video for that in a couple of days, hopefully. I just have to edit the video. I hate editing. Yeah. This is what we did last time, and it's been going pretty well. I've got a bunch of honeycomb in here, and a bunch of honey bottles in here. In today's video, I am wanting to do one of the biggest terraforming projects of the entire series so far, and go from all the way over there, back to my base, and kind of terraform a decent stretch of everything in between. Because I want to make I've been doing this series and playing in this world for years now, and I don't feel like I've made a lot of progress because I can't see much of it. Most of the things that I have done are separated and kind of distant, and I just don't like them enough. I think this build is one of my favorites recently, because just being inside of it feels so immersive, and I lose track of the unfinished parts of the base. But when I get over here, you can see it very much so. I even used this to make some copper oxidize faster the other day, and just kind of laid it out through here. It does not look good. So, when I start building today, this is going to be where I start. No, that's gone now. Ow. You too. Go away. Yeah, I'm gonna start terraforming here, and then kind of just go piece by piece, talking about everything that I'm doing as I go all the way over there. I have gotten a lot of the building materials done for this episode. Just a bunch of mud, bunch of packed mud, bunch of mud bricks, and some mushroom blocks. That being said, I need an actual farm. The farm that I currently have was this, section cut off right here, making one farm. Now it is this. I needed to harvest this many times to get that many mud bricks. I also culled a bunch of the sheep because I was getting a lot of lag from them. So next video, probably, I'm going to be working on getting a farm built, because that is bad looking, and I don't like it, and I'm gonna be honest, this whole area kind of breaks my immersion in the world. I'm wanting to get this whole peninsula kind of finished. You can see it here on this map. I'm wanting to get, this whole peninsula finished for the next time I make a map, which is going to be episode 10. I've got some plans of stuff, but I need to get this whole area, and then all of this, and this does have a bunch over here, kind of from here back, and from, here all around done, kind of, but most of this is not up to date, as far as the world goes. Yeah, I'm wanting to get that finished off soon, hopefully. But big thing for today is getting, at least for this area today, is getting that area finished off in my trek to the north. Why is it north? Yeah, no, that's south. Why? So that's west. That's north. And what's down that? What's west? No, that's right. That's right. Right, I'm a fool. I'm a fool, you would say. So yeah, get everything on my trek to the north done. Yeah, that is the big plan for today. Oh, sorry, I'm spacing on all of the plans and stuff that I have for this episode. So, one of the things that I've done since the last episode is I have updated my world, and now I can do things like craft name tags and saddles. I'm on the Tiny Takeover update, and I haven't really done anything with that yet. One of the things that I'm wanting to do today is get a spear, because I do not have one, and I've been playing on a world with a friend of mine, and I used one in a fight, but I want to actually make a spear. Do I have any diamonds over here? No, I don't. Okay. Back to the house. Here, diamond. I also went netherite mining because I broke one of my netherite shovels. Yeah, I broke a netherite shovel, so I got a bunch of netherite. Because, you know, that's the obvious thing to do. I need sticks. That'll be in here. Yeah. 2 sticks. Now I got a spear. I like the spear. They look cool. I definitely like how long they are. That is nice. Yeah. That is the preamble kind of done. So I gonna get building. Woo. Welcome back. It's been a little bit. I've procrastinated this a little bit. I procrastinate a lot. But yeah, this is the big forest area that finishes off this stretch of my starter area. And I do have a few areas in here that I want to talk about before I continue along the road. First off, this is the first kind of area in here that doesn't have interiors. Yes. Yeah. But it just, from a distance, looks so nice. I was wanting to, while building it, get a good screenshot, or not screenshot, but get a good angle of it at night with the lights and everything. But the one mod that I use, not really a mod, the one data pack that I use to disable Endermen from picking up and moving blocks doesn't seem to work on the newest update. I managed to get it fixed, but the Enderman kept moving blocks, and I did not like that, so I got that sorted. Just walking through here, I think, feels so nice, and it, from all of the spruce forests I've been in real life, it just feels like it fits and is a spruce forest. I wish I could get these to look like, like the pine needles, but that's not really a thing in Minecraft, so, and I don't want to make a texture pack that changes all of them just for this, because then if I wanted to build leaflet on other places, it wouldn't really work. But I've got a little path that goes along here, all the way out to the lighthouse. I made this little boat. I don't know if I talked about this little boat already. I was gathering resources and talking to people and waiting for wheat to grow, so I built a little boat. This is a style that I designed a while ago based off of a hull design from Flip, and using a sail design that I created based off of looking at Google images of boats. So, yeah, it was nice. I've got another one planned for way out there and somewhere on the other side that I've got in my mock-up world. But now I want to show you my favorite part of this little section of my build, is if I go this way, I emerge onto this little ruin that I built, and it's just a little bit of stone, campfire, and some buttons to look like bigger stones. But this is where I spent my first night in this world. So I didn't want to completely cover it up, but I didn't want to just have a little trapdoor, so I decided to make it a little point of interest. I really like this. I think this area feels so nice. River, not so much. Need to work on these at some point. But just this little section in here feels really nice, and it's secluded off from the path. I just really like it. But then continuing on this way, get a nice canopy, the leaf litter, it feels very atmospheric. Emerging out into this area, and stopping here. So I do have plans to continue forwards, but I wanted to talk about all of this first. So now, let's get into that. This is MrYellowGiraffe, and it's been a bit since I've actually... not that long gone. Since I've actually recorded on here. I have basically finished most of what I'm planning on doing this episode, so let's go through some of it. This is the ruins of a castle that I designed a long time ago to go here, and didn't really like it. My build style has improved since then, so I changed the block palette and ruined it and added a big silver maple tree that I designed recently, or more recently. This is still an older design, but it is... I really like it. It's part of my new tree stuff that I'm wanting to start working on. But yeah, this is the little castle, and I feel like it's very atmospheric inside. So I just like this. It feels very nice. But if we continue along the road, we will see all of the new things that I've added to it. If we go this way along the road, which is a little bit of a detour, there will be a crossroads up past that little hill. The side that goes that way goes to a farm area on the other side of the tiger forest that I've been working on, that I haven't built yet, but that's the plan for the next episode. Along with going this way, up to the mountain that leads to the swamp. Eventually, I'm wanting to get roads in here and walk more. I have a few, like, villages and stuff that I'm wanting to put in the swamp just because of how massive it is. And, like, redoing the terraforming and all the stuff on here. But yeah, getting over to the swamp is nice, and then there'll be another way that goes, like, over there, and eventually I want to take down all of those and have a swamp be more accessible. But those are projects for future me. Future me and current me don't get along a lot. Now, if we go back over the bridge, I forgot to turn the bounding box off on the schematic. This is the second time I'm recording through all of this. The first time, I realized I wasn't recording right at the end. So hopefully, I do a better job this time, because it's a second attempt. Back on the main path of the road, if I continue this way, we open up into a clearing right up there, with another massive dump of random blocks from destroying all of this. But we open up into a clearing, and on the other side is the Aspen Grove. This is a little bit of a wall inspired by the farm walls in England. I went there when I was like 5, and really liked the little mossy walls and like cobbled walls along the sides of the roads. And I'm wanting to make all of this area kind of farmland. Take that down, fill in the river kind of thing. And I just feel like having the little ruins on this side next to the plain work really well. On this side, we have an aspen grove blocking off the meadery from the path, otherwise you can see it from really far away and it stands out a lot. It also has textural issues because of all of the flowers, they get blurry at distances. And I don't like that, because you can see it from, like, way down there. Just having the straight shot through doesn't look good, so this aspen grove creates a bit of a sight line. And I've got a little fairy circle that I made here, and I just really like it. Aspens are one of the really interesting colonial tree species, where they all share a root system underground, and then the trees are all technically the same tree, just kind of sprouting up in different spots. They're really interesting. There's a few in Oregon and Texas that are really big. But going along this way, we get the start of my cliffs, which I hand-detailed all of this. No Axiom was used. I'm still learning Axiom. So far the most I've been able to use Axiom for is building trees and then spreading them places. And I know I'm doing that wrong, so I'm just copy-pasting trees, and that's not what it's supposed to be for. But all of these are hand-built cliffs that were then hand-colored based on light falling from basically that direction. And it was just a lot to build. But yeah, going along all of this way, this will eventually become a village tying into the meadery. And it'll have farms and stuff like that, supporting a castle up where that house is. Because I forgot to turn off that house. Not turn off. Tear down. Got to tear down that house. But this is all going to be farms and stuff like that to support the castle. And then, in here, if I get off my horse, this is a little cave. That'll be like a cold storage area, because caves are generally cooler than the outside. Got another portal, and this is going to be a big storage room using the Etho, Ender Chest Shulker Box system that I've got a bunch of farms in, including a rocket farm. But I'm not going to show all of those until I actually go and do the interiors and decorate it. So you will have to come back to see all of that. I did so much really bad ones down in there. It's not pleasant to look at. But going along this way, I've got the, like, cliffs that go down here and go into kind of more plain to have more farms and stuff. And eventually, oh, don't want that. No, don't want that either. No, using all the wrong buttons. No, there we go. Get the... No, what's the fucking button? There we go. We have the Great Farm over on the island over there that I'm eventually going to change the color palette on to match the castle. Whoop. The castle up there. and kind of just all have it flow together a lot nicer, because I like the location there. I just think I can do a better job now that I know what the area is going to look like. And then coming around here, we get more of the cliffs, which I love the look of. And we get some water. I really liked designing the gravel beaches. And they feel so nice. I really like them. They are the probably second favorite beach that I've designed for this world so far. And then if we continue on the path over this bridge, we are eventually going to get to another little patch of forest here, moving into a dark oak forest that goes into a little village inspired by France, and my build over here, which I made as part of a little shorter video going over what I think the next Minecraft updates are going to be. And I don't think it was very popular, but I really like this build. I used it for a video a couple years ago talking about the mob vote revolution that was happening on TikTok. And I'm planning to use it again in a month or so to talk about the phantoms, because I have an entire video essay that I've been working on about the phantoms that I want to go over at some point. But this is the little start and showcase of the French-inspired thing. This was, I'm pretty sure, originally based off of what I think was a Louis... I keep saying Louis Bonaparte. Because all of the Louis and the French kings and stuff. But no, Napoleon's house. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't actually, and it was just inspired by stuff based on it. But I really like this beach. This is probably my favorite beach that I've designed, and I cannot wait for it to get a lot bigger, because I really like it. My plan for this area is to also do kind of like a shale-inspired rocks. So I love this area, even though there's like none of it here so far. But that's all plans for future videos. In today's video, I have at least one more thing I'm wanting to do, and it's fill in right there. I am wanting to stop using the elytra as much, because I feel like I kind of overuse it and go through tons of rockets when I don't need to. And I want to spend more time just immersed in this world without flying through it super quickly. So I want to breed up some horses and start getting, like, an actually fast horse, because I think that will encourage me to use it more than if it was a, like, normal speed horse. So, in this area, I'm going to build some stables and a little farmhouse, and I will come back at the end to go over the build. So, I will see you in a few seconds. Welcome to the ranch. So, this is what I wanted to finish up this episode by building and talking about. I want to start using the roads and paths that I've been building more, and I think the best way to do that is by getting horses, especially, and that'll mean that I can move quickly without using my elytra to get from one end of my area to another. This is the rough build style that this whole area is going to have. I just bit my mouth weirdly. That was not pleasant. Well, intentional. Yeah, this is the build style that most of this area is going to have. I have really liked designing this whole area. I have so much more cliffs planned for this whole area. I love it. So I've got a little beetroot patch here going inside. We've got green carpet. Little kitchen area with some candles and storage. Bookshelves going up here. More bookshelves. Got a chair to sit in. All of this. The new cushions look so cool. I procrastinate a lot. These videos take a long time to make. I don't remember when I started this. It's been a few months. I procrastinate a lot. It's not good for me. Going on this way, we've got a bed, we've got some more candles. I really like how I did this railing here, where it's got the posts going up, and it's got the carve here. It makes it feel very nice. And we've got the windows, which are like a different style than the other part of my world. And then I've got a start of a castle up there with the island farm, and that's gonna be... that sheep looks so weird. It is not okay. Anyway, so, coming around this way, we can see a little bit of the roof is designed to look like thatch, and this whole area, including over there and those buildings, have thatched roofs, and one of the buildings that I'm wanting to build at some point is a thatcher's workshop, probably, and have one of the houses having its thatch repaired. Because I saw a video a while ago, I don't remember the guy's name, he's I think Scottish woodworker, or Irish woodworker, was making thatcher's hammers for his local thatchers. And I thought, that sounds like I could incorporate it into Minecraft. Because of course, that's where my brain goes. And so I decided to make an area with thatched roofs, and yeah. My brain works in confounding ways. So, coming back around this way, I don't have a bed, so I'm going to sleep in here before I continue. Okay, now that it's daytime, this side of the ranch has a bunch of stables for horses, and a ledger to keep track of all of my horse information. And I've got some jump testing areas for all of the horses. I have a full block speed test, and I have a stick test over here, which you step on this tripwire, go all the way down to this tripwire, and that controls this block of redstone, which controls this activator rail, which controls this Hopper minecart, and tells it to take out and stop taking out sticks from the chest, and you can see how long it took with sticks. It's just I think, slightly more precise way than this, and if I need to build a more precise way once I get to, like, super fast horses, then I will do that. I had my friends name horses in my world, and let's go through them. This one's Sven. My best friend named this one. This one is Ringo Starr. My best friend named that one. This is John Lennon. My best friend named that one. We've got Anne Boleyn. That one was me. And this one's still unnamed. Yeah, Ringo Starr and John Lennon. And John Lennon's the dead whore. My friends are peculiar. That's why I like being friends with them. I don't know why I'm walking around like that. So, okay. I will see you next episode for something new, and maybe I'll have a horse.